Hey, I'm back in the Decaffeinated Horror Studio. Marcus here, and it's Lucio Fulci week, where we're going to be taking a special look at Zombie. Welcome back to my vlog. Every week here, I add Italian horror and Giallo films on Blu-ray to my collection, and this week is no different. As promised, we're looking at Zombie, directed by Lucio Fulci. Last week we looked at Mario Bava. It's about time we got around to Fulci. So a little background information on him first. He was born in 1927, and at some point in his teen years, he decided he wanted to get into film. Went to film school, he apprenticed, then he went through the long process of being an assistant director, a screenwriter, and eventually worked his way up to directing movies himself. Now we jump ahead a little bit to 1969, where Giallo films come into play. He directed his first Giallo, Perversion Story, in 1969. He'd go on to direct three or four more in the 70s. And we are going to take a look at those movies. I got to get all of those eventually. We'll cover those in the vlog at some point. Now, allow me a small tangent about Giallo movie titles. Good Giallo movie titles, they have a certain poetry to them. Like a good title, you may not know what it means, but it just sounds right. The Bird with the Crystal Plumage. Great title. Blood and Black Lace. The Red Queen Kills 7 Times. These movies just flow off the tongue. And Fulci did have a movie like that. One of his movies from the 70s was Lizard in a Woman's Skin. Don't know what that means, but it's a great title. It evokes mystery. There's interesting imagery there. And then he also directed Don't Torture a Duckling. Surely this is one of the worst titles in Giallo film history. In any language, it just doesn't work. It's ludicrous. Okay, but back to Zombie. So, we have the 2019 release from Blue Underground here. 3 discs. Has this great holographic cover to the slipcase here. Let's take a look at this. I can get this out of here. Why don't we take this moment and like the video, subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it if you will. So here we go, 3 discs. All right, some great pictures on these. The 3rd disc is the soundtrack to the movie, as you can see there, or maybe you can. And it comes with this great collectible booklet with the zombie image that we all know and love. Has essays in here, a little history, some great images in there reproduced. Yeah, it's just a nice little bonus. So, oh, and of course, the reversible cover. So you can, there's that image that everyone knows of Zombie. All right, so the bonus features on this. So this one is fully restored from the original uncut, uncensored film negative. So it's great to see the movie again in all its glory. It also has 2 audio commentaries, one from Troy Howarth, who gets mentioned every week. He has written books on Fulci and Bava, Giallo films. He's done it all. He does audio commentary here. This too is full of interviews with everyone involved, or everyone involved still alive, of course. And there's also a piece here with Guillermo del Toro, who directed Pan's Labyrinth and Hellboy, many others. This is one of his favorite movies, so that's kind of cool to hear. This is a fully loaded set. I mean, look at this. And I love this quote here. This remains one of the most eye-skewering, skin-ripping, gore-gushingly graphic horror movies of all time. If you don't want to see the movie after that, I mean, what else is going to get you? Gotta love that. So yeah, this is a great looking package, and let's talk about the movie itself now. So, on to the movie itself. Zombie, or Zombie Flesh Eaters, as it's known in the UK, or Zombie 2, which is that. So that's that strange thing. So, if you don't know, Dawn of the Dead was released in Europe as Zombie. It had a different cut. and it was a big hit in Italy and Germany as well, I believe. So this movie was pitched as Zombie 2, even though it's not a direct sequel. It's not, I mean, it's the same concept, but it's clearly not a sequel. But anyway, so I watched this movie last night for the first time in decades, and I really enjoyed it. I mean, I have to say, when I first saw this movie way back in the day, I kind of resented the movie. They were trying to pass it off as a sequel of The Dawn of the Dead, and that's one of my favorite horror movies. Plus, the pacing of the movie is pretty slow. In Dawn of the Dead, they get right into the action, but looking at it now, fresh set of eyes. First off, the movie looks fantastic with this recent release, but this is just a great horror movie. There's great gore effects; they're amazing. The score is fantastic. The acting is mostly good, and the stuff. This was filmed in Italy, some stuff in New York City, and then the Dominican Republic. And the stuff in New York City and the stuff on the island, that stuff is all really cool. I mean, the plot is a little bit slow paced, but overall, this is a great movie. Oh, and then the actors, at times, their reaction is almost slow paced. There's a lot of zombies over here, slow turn, frozen actor. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about because I swear it happens like 4 or 5 times. But that's aside the point. This is a great movie. It's a fantastic piece of Italian horror. You should own it, and I'm glad I do too. Thanks for watching, everyone. I really appreciate it. Thanks for joining me for Lucio Fulci Week. I know Fulci's a bit of a polarizing figure. Some people think he's a bit of a hack, and then there are people that defend everything he's ever made. I'm probably somewhere in between. I need to see more of his movies still. I know after Zombie, he made three pretty well regarded supernatural horror movies: City of the Living Dead, The Beyond, House by the Cemetery. From there, seems to have taken a drop off. He made New York Ripper, which seemed like kind of a pandering, super violent movie. Then he made Manhattan Baby and Murder Rock. I haven't seen these movies. I'll try and keep an open mind when I see him. After that, he had some bad health. He passed away in '96. At the time, he was going to direct Wax Mask. His rival, Dario Argento, had developed the movie for him, actually, but we never got to see that. That's a story for another time. I need to see if that movie's on Blu-ray so we can discuss that in depth. Anyway, the takeaway from today: Zombie rules. Get the Blu-ray. It's fantastic. And hey, like, subscribe, do all the things. And next week, come back. It's going to be Sergio Martino week. We're going to take a look at a couple of movies from the great Giallo director Sergio Martino. See you then. Zombie, finally joining the decaffeinated horror shelf. See you next week.